Welcome everyone, this is Like It's 1985, and today's review is going to be on the Marvel Legends ToyBiz Angel figure. This is actually my third review, reviewing the line of figures in the Sentinel Series, released by ToyBiz. And prior to this review, I reviewed Mystique and Omega Red. Now on to the figure. As you can see, still in package. And like I said before, these are all figures that I've seen pictures of, seen reviews of, but I've never. This is the first time I've actually had a chance to, look at the packaging. Obviously, look at the figure for the first time, check out the articulation and the paint. So it's all new to me, and hopefully it will be new to some of you as well. As you can see, Angel comes with the left leg of Sentinel, and you can see. Well, I'll show you once I get it out of the package, but it's a huge piece. Going to the back, I'm going to read from the description because it's kind of interesting because they make a mistake in the description because right now they're talking about Angel. Well, Angel later becomes ArchAngel. So starting from the second sentence here, it says Warren Worthington is a mutant who can fly by means of natural wings, which span 16 feet from tip to tip. Now here's where they make the mistake. They call him ArchAngel. ArchAngel's entire anatomy is adapted for flight. His bones are hollow like a bird's. His body is virtually devoid of fat. He possesses greater proportionate muscle strength than a normal human. His eyes can withstand high-speed winds, and a special membrane in his respiratory system allows him to extract oxygen from the air at extreme velocities and altitudes. So, interesting description as far as the mistake they make there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing open up, and we'll take a look at the figure and the accessories that come with it. And welcome back. For the accessories you get once you open up the packaging, you do get a reissued comic. This is one of the old school X-Men comics. If we look inside on the first page, we can get a glimpse of the original likeness of Angel. There he is right there. This issue was printed back in May of 1964, so definitely old school comics. Now, the Angel figure does come with this left leg of the Sentinel figure, left leg and the foot, of course. And as you can see right off the bat, the leg and the foot itself is already taller than Angel, so you can get an idea of how big, how tall the Sentinel figure is going to be. So on to Angel. The other accessory he gets is a clear plastic stand, like you've seen before in the prior reviews. And he does need this because the wings do make him back heavy. So, taking a look at Angel, one of the things that I was researching before I actually did the review was which way did the wings go on, because when you take them out of the box, there's really no indication as to which wing goes on, which shoulder or which mounting piece here. I ended up watching the Review Spots review, and unfortunately I was able to learn from the slight mistake he made. He had put the wings on backwards. If you look at the wings like this, you can see there's a definite curve forward, and I think when I watched his review, the Review Spots review, he had put them on so that the curve is backwards. But like he had said, that it's up to your personal preference. I mean, I think it looks okay either way, but apparently this is the correct way to have the curve facing forward. But anyhow, on to articulation. Starting with the main body here. The head does look left and right, and has this hinge here. Quite a degree of movement there. In fact, he can really look up and look down, and for some reason it seems appropriate that he can look up in the sky, like if he's about to look up for look to fight some enemies in the sky. Well, he certainly has the articulation to do so. Now, if we take a look at his head sculpt, one person had made a comment that the head sculpt has a definite likeness to Brad Pitt. I don't know if you can see that, but anyhow, I think he does kind of look like Brad Pitt. And the head sculpt's all right. It's certainly not bad head sculpt, but I don't know. It's not. I'm more familiar, I guess, with the depiction of Angel in the early '90s X-Men comic, or not comic, but TV cartoon. And it was my recollection that he had more kind of a curly hair, as you can see on the packaging here. His likeness is he has got definitely more of a different hairstyle. This is more of a, I should call it crew cut or something like that. Anyhow, moving on to articulation. There is a joint here, right where my thumb is, that is kind of between the shoulder and the main body, so you got that articulation. You've got, of course, rotation in the shoulder. It's on a hinge, so you can go out like that, if you so desire. There is a joint at the upper arm that swivels. There is a very nice double jointed elbow. You do get also a swivel at the forearm. The wrist is on a hinge joint, as you can see. It does not rotate. And then the fingers, the four fingers, are on one hinge, as you can see. And it does have a abdomen joint, as you can see there. And swivel at the waist, of course. Now you notice he does have the slight blue tinge paint application to him on his chest, and a little bit on his hands, on his thigh there, and also on his leg. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Maybe somebody can tell me. I have to admit my ignorance as to why they decided to have those blue highlights. In my mind, just to be kind of fun about it, I would think that maybe that's maybe a slight foreshadowing of his eventual transformation into Archangel, which, if you know anything about Archangel, the Archangel, his Archangel form is primarily like a blue skin. His whole skin turns blue. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take on it. I'm not sure if that's the correct interpretation, but anyhow, I was wondering if somebody can maybe tell me what that blue tinge or paint application is. Maybe it's just simply a paint application. I'm not sure. Moving on, articulation to the hip area. Looks like you got a hinge there. You can go out like that, forward like that, and you got a swivel at the upper leg there, as you can see, and a very nice double jointed knee. Just love the double joints that they have in these figures. And the ankle articulation, a little bit side to side, and of course back and forth. And you do have a toe joint, as you can see. So really nice articulation. Now on the wings, here is the joints for the wings. You have articulation like that. There's these little tabs that insert the slots into the wings. It's kind of tricky because when you try to put it on, you're putting a lot of force to try to get it in, because you do have to use quite a bit of force to get it on. And what happens sometimes is the swivel, this joint here will go like this, like that. So you just kind of once you get it started and on there, and then once you get it started, you're good. You just start pushing firmly, and then you're good. But it can be kind of a little tricky. And again, like I said before, for me anyways, it was kind of tricky to figure out the correct orientation of the wings. So my final thoughts on this Angel figure. I actually like him a little more than I thought I would. In package I said, oh, as a superhero with wings, big deal. But I kind of like him. I mean, definitely, like people have said, the wings really make the figure. Not in general too fond of superheroes with wings, but he's pretty good. And definitely, if you want to complete the Sentinel line, the Sentinel figure line, you definitely should get Angel. Like I said, once I got him in the box, liked him a little better. So what can I say? My only wish would have been that they would have made, instead of having Angel as the figure in the Sentinel Series line, that they would have created ArchAngel. ArchAngel is a little more of a badass version of himself. You know, as most of you know, his wings get replaced by metallic type wings, and I believe, if I'm recollecting correctly, that those individual wings can shoot out and become like metal darts. And his skin turns blue, and he just looks more of a badass kind of a super villain superhero. Alright, so this has been my review of the Angel figure from Marvel Legends ToyBiz line from the Sentinel series. Next up, we'll be looking at Mr. Sinister.